Morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. My dogs had to go potty, of course. It's like they know, hey, mom's going live, so let's go out and potty right now. um, Let me see who's all in here. Lisa, Lovable Rogue. Let me catch up here. Lisa, Lovable Rogue, Light Feather, Queen, Misty. How are you ladies doing? Sorry to hear that, Jamie. Yeah, this COVID stuff, gosh. I wish it would be over with. Cheryl, Very Merry. Hey, ladies. I don't know if I missed y'all or not. So who watched the I Am Lorena Bobbitt movie on Lifetime last night? Well, I did. Very interesting. She was narrating the story. Brooks Channel, RN student. There's Karen. Hey, ladies. Oh, you got a hernia, Karen? Oh, gosh. Those are painful. My brother had one. Hey, Morgan. It's, gosh, I hope I had my title right, RN student. It's Missing Siblings. It's two little children that are missing from Tulsa, and I'm going to show y'all their pictures. Let me just glance at my time. Okay, so I do have missing siblings. Yeah, they're two little missing kids from Tulsa. We can talk about that first if y'all would like. It doesn't matter to me. And the mother's pulling a Lori Vallow. I'm going to read y'all the story and tell y'all all about it so I don't get anything wrong. You know how I get things mixed up sometimes. Hey, Soul. Sue, is that you? Did you shorten your name? Yeah, it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Orangeton, and authorities believe that something bad has happened to the kids, unfortunately. Let me get their pictures pulled up here. Really cute, little bitty kids. I think one of them's, I'm not sure, but about 2. My memory's so bad. Yeah, so the sheriff is saying it's a possibility that the mother harmed them. Let me let it load up. I'll screen share it. Okay, I was just looking at chat for a sec. So here they are. If I can get this to scroll. Seems like when I shut my bedroom door, it messes with my Wi-Fi, and it shouldn't. Lovable Rogue. The movie was called I Am Lorena Bobbitt. We'll talk about it in a minute. Let me show y'all these missing kids from Tulsa real quick. And drink coffee. Scroll down and read a little bit. So the title says the possibility exists that these children are harmed. Mother says she doesn't care as desperate search for 2 missing tots continue. She does not care if they find her kids. She did something to her kids. Probably. Oklahoma police continue the search for 2 toddlers who haven't been seen since Friday. and they are asking the public to keep an eye out for the children. Tulsa police are searching for Miracle Crook, age 2, and her brother Tony Crook, age 1. The children were last seen on security footage at Ryan Mingo convenience store in Tulsa, off of 21st and Mingo on Friday morning, reportedly with their mother. Since then, no one has seen or heard from them. Police sent dive teams to search ponds in areas close to a nearby apartment complex. Police said that they have some evidence that indicates the toddlers could have gone into the water. Now they're asking residents around the area to check inside their cars for the children. Authorities are also stopping every vehicle coming and going from both the Shoreline apartment complex and the Lakeside Place apartment complex in Tulsa. They're searching the vehicles and individual apartments in the complexes. We'll see if we can play this video. Everyone who videoed it had their finger in the way of the camera, but that's okay. I've done that too. But this is showing the apartment complex where they went missing from. Well, let me finish reading the article and then we'll look at the apartment complex. Okay, so it says there's only 2 things that could happen here. These children are either on someone's couch asleep, and the people that they're with don't know these children are missing, or these children are dead. Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin said. Did I miss anything in the article? No, okay. On Sunday, police arrested the children's mother, Donisha Williams, I think that's how you say her name, for child endangerment and assaulting an officer. Williams has been uncooperative throughout the investigation, Tulsa police said. According to Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin, officers found Williams passed out on her couch with her front door open at the Shoreline Apartments. When they questioned her about the children's whereabouts, she became abusive towards the officers and said she didn't care. And here's her mugshot. Cement Shoes, Faithful One. Did I miss anybody? Angel, Sweet Melissa, Cat, Red Rum. Let's see who else I missed. Jesus. I think that's it. Alex, I see Alex. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. So if she don't care what happened to her kids, that tells me she did something to her kids. A normal mother would be frantic. Their little bitty babies missing, and these 2 little ones are still babies. Crap. Nancy Grace, quit notifying us. A neighbor who knows Williams told News 6 that the woman had been acting strange over the weekend. She was walking down the way in the street with her shirt on. She was sweating really hard, and I was just kind of worried. I didn't see her kids. Shaman Armstrong said, normally I would see her kids every day. I saw her about 8:30 Friday night, and she seemed very angry and not herself. Well, she could be suffering with mental illness, or she could be on some kind of drug. Here's the little kids, Miracle and Tony, in a convenience store. I'm trying to figure out what that is little Miracle is holding in her hand. Maybe it's a candy bar. Okay, meanwhile, Tulsa police responded to the public after numerous inquiries about an Amber Alert and why it wasn't issued for the children. And this is what they had to say. We understand and appreciate everyone's opinion on this matter and questions about why it does not qualify for an Amber Alert, the Tulsa Police Department wrote in a Facebook post on Saturday. However, we do not set the regulations for the criteria necessary to initiate an Amber Alert, And because of that, we can't trigger the nationwide system at this time. Police said the children are not with their biological father or his family. To report information on the whereabouts of the missing children, call the Tulsa Police Department at 918-596-9222. I always like to say the number that they leave because you just never know who's watching. You never know who will come across this video. So I think that there needs to be something done about this Amber Alert situation. It's got to meet a certain criteria. That needs to be changed. In cases like this, when there's kids missing and the mother is refusing to give their whereabouts, they should issue an Amber Alert. I don't care what no one says. They should. It's bull crap. That's, maybe if somebody really did take the kids, they didn't issue the Amber Alert, and if they had have, they could have been stopped. Has anybody ever watched the movie on how the Amber Alert got started? Amber, what was her name? Hagerman, I think. She was kidnapped, and if they had had some kind of alert like the Amber Alert in place, she probably could have been saved. But yeah, her mom got that going somehow. Hold on just a minute, guys. Let me go get my dog real quick. I'll be right back. She's going to be howling. Okay, never mind. Mark got her. My beagle, guys, when I let her outside on her little, lead, it's like a dog cable, but it's made out of a rope, like she can go potty. When she wants back in the door, the first whimper she makes, if you don't open that door, she goes crazy. She starts howling and cutting like a really dramatic tantrum. Poppy's in, let me see, Poppy's in Normandy. Hey, cool name. Hey, welcome. So I'm not sure if I'm saying Normandy right, so I'm just going to call you Poppies. Okay, so let me get back to, I got distracted there. I hate getting distracted. So authorities know for sure they're not with the biological family. And I think if they were sleeping on anyone's couches, they would have come forward and said something. Because this has been all over the national news. I have a terrible, terrible feeling that she killed these kids. I hope and pray not, but I think she did. I can't believe any mother would say, I don't care where my kids are at. What's happening to the world? This seems to happen a lot more now. Mothers killing their children, or fathers annihilating their whole family. Yeah, Jamie, she's definitely a diva, my beagle Skylar. Yes, definitely. She's spoiled rotten. She got a bad food addiction. No joke. Oh, yeah, I was going to show y'all the apartment complex. Let me get back to my screen share. See, I forgot that quick. We're going to look at the apartment where these kids lived at. The apartment complex. Let me just say that. Hopefully this plays. Go big screen. Nice little apartment complex, it looks like. It's not a very long clip, though. Okay. And for some reason, authorities think that the kids might have went into the water. I see that. Okay, right here's a video, the search for the kids. Let's get out of this one. I'll have to screen share it. I forget when you screen share, it only shares the page that you clicked for it to share. So if you switch pages, crap, I didn't want to go into that. It just showed my Facebook, I think. Well, that's okay. It doesn't show my password or anything. So let's look where they were searching. Doesn't have any volume. So that's around the apartment complex. Looks like they got a search dog with them. Hey, Remy, good morning. I think if they were in the water that they would have found them, though, because they did search it. I'm just hoping and praying they find them safe, but I don't think they're going to. I'll keep you guys updated about this, of course. Gingerlock's mom, good morning. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Lorena Bobbitt for a second. So the movie came on Lifetime last night. It's a new movie, of course. I am Lorena Bobbitt. I watched it. She was doing the narrating, and it would play out the movie, right, and then cut to her talking. It was very interesting. And someone in her family just so happens reached out to me a couple weeks ago, but I didn't know it until a few days ago, right? Someone in her family that knows Lorena Bobbitt. So I'm trying to verify all that they are saying, but I'm going to be doing a video chat with them. It looks like the research I've done now on them, and it's not been that much, it looks like they are telling the truth, that they are related to Lorena Bobbitt. And they are not from this country. They're from her native country. So I've got some more checking and verifying to do, but if it all works out, I'm going to be chatting with them and doing an interview and letting them tell their side of the story. And I'm here to tell y'all, what they told me will blow your mind about what happened that night that she cut her husband's penis off. Yeah. Oh, Morgan, what? Their native country, Ecuador. Morgan. It's a man, and they're from Ecuador, but they're not living in Ecuador right now. They were pretty convincing. I guess in Ecuador, like they have an ID number, like he gave that to me, told me his occupation, all that, and I just need to see him, because if I could see his face, I'm going to be arranging a video chat, and I really can verify it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to blow y'all's minds if this is true, what this guy's saying about Lorena Bobbitt. I would love to tell y'all right now I'm dying to, but I can't. See, check out Minneapolis cops kill black man they are arresting in front of bystanders, and it's on film. Is it happening right now? You saw my bird's nest? Yeah. They built it in a 5-gallon bucket, that bird's nest. I had a 5-gallon bucket sitting there in like an empty hanging basket flower pot sitting in the bucket. And yesterday I was like, maybe my dog's brush is over in that bucket. And I went and turned the bucket and a bird flew out. I hope I didn't mess her nest up. I didn't know she had a nest there. I had saw her flying into that bucket, but I thought she was still in like some coconut fiber liner to build a nest. I had no idea. It is on the news, Poppies. Okay, let me see. So I will tell y'all a little bit more about what this guy said. He said Lorena Bobbitt was no victim. God, he said something else about that night, but I can't say right now. But she wasn't alone there when that happened. See, John Bobbitt was allegedly passed out asleep when she cut his penis off, and then she left, right, with his penis in hand, and then he woke up after. So I don't think he actually saw her cut it off. But anyhow, I will let y'all know how it turns out, whether he's a fraud or not. But I don't think he is, to be honest with you. It's all right, Orange student. Level Road, there is eggs in the nest and they're speckled. I had done a post in my for my channel members and shared it with them. And they are white with little like red specks on them. I hope and pray I didn't mess up her nest. That has bothered the crap out of me. Okay, get back to the crime here. Let's see what's happening. Oh no, 4-year-old boy fatally shot during Memorial Day barbecue. Oh, that's awful. We may read that in a minute. I'm going to type in and see what Poppy's talking about. Let's see. Right here. Poppies, what I see is an hour ago. It says FBI investigating death of a black man in Minneapolis police custody after video of arrest shared online. I don't think I'm saying that right. Minneapolis. Okay. But she said that they was being arrested. Let me see if I can find that. This was the latest one that popped up to me when I searched. Let me see if I can find the video. I reckon Remy's talking about John Bobbitt. John Bobbitt's living with his aunt. Why does he live with his aunt for? I can't find the video. I see something here. Black man dies after video shows officers kneeling on neck. This is 2 hours ago. Cece, did you see the Yukon student on the run for murder? Yes, I did see about the guy on the run for murder. The first day it came out in the news, I glanced at it and I started to do a video on it. And for some reason I didn't. I probably got sidetracked or something. I'm trying to figure out what this video is here. It says a black man has died in Minneapolis police custody after video shared online from a bystander showed a white officer kneeling on his neck during arrest as he pleaded that he couldn't breathe. What an asshole. Is that necessary? This is bullshit. His death Monday night after a struggle with officers was under investigation by the FBI and state agents. It drew comparisons to the case of Eric Garner, an unarmed black New York man who died in 2014 after he was placed in a chokehold by police and pleaded for his life, saying he couldn't breathe. I didn't know about this. On Tuesday morning, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry apologized to the black community in a post on his Facebook page. It's a little late for apologies. Being black in America should not be a death sentence. For 5 minutes, we watched a white officer press his knee into a black man's neck. 5 minutes. When you hear someone calling for help, you're supposed to help. This officer failed in the most basic human sense, Brad posted. Oh, he wanted to inflict. He didn't only fail, he wanted to inflict pain on this guy because he was an African-American guy. It's racist. Minneapolis police said the man matched the description of a suspect in a forgery case and resisted arrest. Well, it don't matter. Okay, so he resisted arrest. You got him down on the ground, right? Someone hollers, "I can't breathe." You ain't supposed to keep pressing their neck. He did it on purpose. Okay. The video shows an unidentified officer kneeling on his neck, ignoring his pleas. "Please, please, please, I can't breathe. Please, man," the man is heard telling the officer. After several minutes, one of the officers is heard telling the man to relax. "Man, I can't breathe," the man responds. Several more minutes pass, and the man becomes motionless under the officer's restraint. Several witnesses had gathered on a sidewalk near where the man was lying, and with some recording on their phones. Bystanders became increasingly agitated as the man pleads with police, with one bystander telling officers that they need to let him breathe. Okay, so this police chief, I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name, Arredondo. Speaking to reporters Tuesday mornings, he asked about the use of the knee on the man's neck during the arrest. He was asked about it. And he says, "We clearly have policies in place regarding placing someone under control," stating that taking a look at what happened and how those policies apply will be part of the full investigation we'll do internally. Okay. The man's death in Minneapolis also came amid outrage over the death of Ahmaud Arbery, who was fatally shot on February 23rd, when a white father and son pursued the 25-year-old black man after spotting him running in their subdivision. More than 2 months passed before charges were brought. Officers in Minneapolis were called about 8 p.m. Monday to investigate a report of forgery at a business, according to the police spokesman John Elder. Police found the man, believed to be in his 40s, matching the suspect's description in his car. He was ordered to step from his car, and after he got out, he physically resisted officers, elders said in a statement. So he resisted a little bit, so he didn't deserve to die. Officers were able to get the suspect into handcuffs and noted he'd appeared to be suffering medical distress. The man, who was not identified, was taken by ambulance to, I can't pronounce that, Hennepin County Medical Center, where he died a short time later. So they've had other officers kill black men. This is not the first time. It says, police in Minneapolis have come under scrutiny in recent years for deadly run-ins with citizens. A 24-year-old black man, Jamar Clark, was shot in the head and died in 2015 after a confrontation with two white officers responding to a report of assault. A county prosecutor declined to prosecute the officers, saying Clark was struggling for one of the officers' guns when he was shot. Bullcrap. A white woman, Justine Damon, died in 2017 when she was shot in the stomach by a Minneapolis officer responding to her 911 call. That officer, who is black, was convicted of manslaughter and murder and is serving a 12-year prison sentence. Wow. So a white woman, Justine Damon, was shot in 2017 by a black officer, and he was charged and convicted of manslaughter and murder. But the white officer that shot 24-year-old Jamar Clark in the head in 2015 didn't get anything done to them. This police department is corrupt. I don't care what their police chief says. I didn't even plan to talk about this, but Poppy's mentioned it. Excuse me. Hey, Mau Mau. Yeah, it's a double standard. The black cop goes to jail, the white cop gets off. Yeah. Oh, really, Poppies? Oh, gosh, I don't even want to watch that video. I mean, couldn't the other officers tell that he was like putting too much force on this man's neck? I have seen them do that before on TV, watching live PD. Well, I've seen them do it like in the back. I've never seen them knee their neck like that. Oh, so thank you. Welcome. I didn't know that was you the other day in the chat. I thought that was somebody new, and I recognize your picture, so. I just joined the Patreon. Oh, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be working on a couple vintage true crime videos this week and getting up on my Patreon. Much love, Orenstein. Bye, Mindy. Have a good day. Cheryl, I live close enough by Minneapolis, and they gave and had large problems with their police. There's a lot of crime in Minneapolis. Yeah. Didn't Jeffrey Dahmer live there? Lady, my dog grunted. I dropped the diversity. I was trolled. Really? Why would anybody want to troll you, girl? Hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to open this door up. People so rude on the internet. So I just want to call you your name so bad, girl. Sorry. Okay. So yesterday, let's talk about Suzanne Morphew a little bit. Yesterday I uploaded a video because I came across an interesting article, and it was saying that Suzanne's family knows very little about the investigation. You know, when Suzanne Morphew first went missing, Barry's nephew, Trevor, I think it's Noel, was the family spokesperson. And he actually is the one that leaked to the media that authorities had found Suzanne's bicycle. They did not want that leaked to the media. So that's why he quit talking to the media. I also found out Suzanne was very close with her mother-in-law, which I think is great. I'm close with my mother-in-law. Suzanne's mom died of cancer some years back. What else was that article saying? Okay, so the GoFundMe campaign set up to pay for people to do searches for Suzanne and stuff like that. That was set up by Barry's nephew, Trevor. But now he's no longer in charge of that. The recipient of the GoFundMe is Barry's mother, which is raising some people's eyebrows. I actually don't find it that strange. At first I did. I was kind of like, But then I was like, well, she was close to Suzanne, and maybe that's why. Milwaukee. Thank you, Annie. I get those two confused for some reason. No, Patreon is different. Patreon is something you can sign up for, and you get like videos on. I upload videos. It's not. I don't. That's not on YouTube. You know, it's just a way to support really your favorite creator if you choose to. The Queen. Maybe they were going to pay for private searches. They also said that they didn't find anything. Pretty sure it said that they didn't find anything at the job site. Let me find that other article. I saw another one come out. Oh, and it said Barry's mother came to Colorado as soon as Suzanne went missing. Nobody actually saw Suzanne go on that bike ride. It's just assumed. I don't think she had even talked to her daughters that Sunday, and it was Mother's Day. I think maybe her daughter got worried and called the neighbor and probably said, see if mom's bike is home or not, you know, because she could have went on a ride. The neighbor noticed the bike was gone, so they assumed she went on a bike ride. And then they did find her bike, right, on the bike trail. But that doesn't mean she went on a bike ride. Someone could have planted that. Yeah, it's separate from the channel membership. Yeah, Patreon is another app that's separate from YouTube. Hey, Carolina girl. Well, we need to see the footage of cameras in the neighborhood if she did leave on bike. Right. I'm sure they're, well, they kind of lived off to themselves, right? So there may be no footage. I'm not for sure how where they're, you know, how far their closest neighbor is. That's what I'm saying. It's a good question, though. So here's another article. They can't find her. Message to church group shows desperate plea in early days. Oh, that's just talking about her church group from Indiana. Here's the article I did the video on. But yeah, her family says they have very little information. They're probably not going to tell them any more information because Barry's nephew leaked it to the media about the bicycle being discovered. But I don't think the police have confirmed that yet about the bike. Alyssa, hey girl, Dad with the phone said she didn't ride the bike. The brakes were locked up before Mother's Day, so it seems the bike was a plant, or who knows why it was out there. I wonder if she could have fixed the brakes herself, though. I think someone planted the bike there. Honestly, that's what I think. Uh-oh, I missed something with the missing toddlers from Tulsa, so we'll get back to that before I end my live stream. The neighbor who called is closest, and she is 2 miles away. Well, I'm just wondering, did she have to go by that neighbor's house to go on her bike ride? I'd like to see like a full view, like with a drone over where they live and down to the neighbors and all that. Yeah, Jamie, it takes some time to figure out all this stuff connected to YouTube, Patreon, channel memberships, all that. The longer someone goes missing, the worse the outcome, unfortunately. Yeah. It's possible that she had some kind of stalker. But if her bicycle was planted there, that wouldn't make sense. Why would a stalker is going to kidnap her, go plant her bicycle somewhere? That don't make sense to me. Seems like it was someone close to Suzanne. If her bicycle was planted there and she actually didn't go on a bike ride, it was someone very close to her. Wanted it to look like she'd been kidnapped. So I paid 10.5. Oh, yeah, there's 2 different tiers. You can join whichever one. You don't have to join both in the Patreon. See? Oh, crap, soul. I mean, I said crap. I'm sorry, girl. Okay, so let's look at this picture of Suzanne and her daughters because I've got it pulled up here. Now, her daughter that has the blonde hair, she looks like Barry Morphew. And the one with the darker, longer hair, she looks like Suzanne and Barry combined. Nope, those bikes aren't cheap. She wouldn't just throw it out. Wonder if the security system was working in their home. See, that's another strange thing. Their security cameras were not working in their home. That was probably deliberately done. This was premeditated. Whoever took her or done something to her had this planned out. Patreon, you don't show up green in the chat. It's totally separate, Queen, from the channel membership. Yeah, so you don't turn green or have the little emoji if you join Patreon. That's separate from the channel membership. You can cancel that somehow. Yeah, if you want to join the channel membership, I have that link in the description. I would go back over to Patreon, girl, and cancel that. So only someone from inside could dismantle the security. Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of security system they had. No, it's all right. So it's a little bit confusing. I had never heard of Patreon until I got on YouTube. But anyways, their house in this picture looks really nice. Now, the relative that was the source for this article said that Suzanne and Barry seemed to have a normal, happy life together. But they did say that Barry was controlling, in charge of everything. We know what happens when controlling men, or women, I guess, lose control of a relationship. Look what happened with Jennifer Dulos. That's why Fotis committed suicide. He lost control of the situation. His ass was going to prison. So he ended it on his terms, just like a controlling narcissist would do. But anyways, it could be the case here. If he was controlling and if he really was having an affair and she asked for a divorce, he could have snapped. I hope not. We're good multitaskers. Gosh, I'm sure not. The manufacturer of the security system might be able to tell exactly when it was disabled. I would be very curious if Barry was in town when that happened. Oh, that's a good point, Carolina girl. I'm sure the FBI is looking into that, of course. Can't wait to hear the details about that. Now, Barry was allegedly out of town on Mother's Day. I guess he had a landscaping job. I wonder if authorities have been able to verify that. Then again, if he did have something to do with her disappearance, if he was out of town in Denver, 150 miles away, he could have left his phone open and had YouTube or anything on to make it look like he was active in Denver. And he could have really done something to Suzanne, got rid of her body, drove back to Denver. Anybody that's smart wouldn't take their cell phone with them if they was going to commit a murder. They say he took a lie detector test and passed. That's what they're saying on Facebook. Yeah. The other day, somebody shared something with me from Facebook, and someone that lives there had said, oh, they got the road blocked off. They found a body, and they didn't find a body. I thought they might have too, because a lot of times when they set up those tents or sifting dirt, they found something. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I got to get something. Okay, I can't find my other cigarettes right now. I'll just have to wait. The article also said they don't know where the two daughters are staying at, but they think that they're being protected. I think that's very interesting. I mean, they say that they look like they had a good relationship, and then they turn around and say Barry could be somewhat controlling. It says he's been in charge of what happens for a long time. It's almost like they were trying to hint at something, you know. They didn't want to come right out and say it. That's the way I take it. Okay. It also says, as Crime Online previously reported, a source who was acquainted with the Morphew family when they lived in Indiana said they believe Suzanne was somewhat reluctant about the family's planned move to Colorado 2 years ago. But the relative who spoke to Crime Online this week said Suzanne seemed positive about the move, as she was looking forward to being closer to her college-age daughter, who is in school in Colorado. So there's people saying two different things. One person, she really didn't want to move there. The other person saying she seemed positive about the move. I would say she probably seemed positive about the move so she could be closer to her daughter and kind of retire there in Colorado. Listen, then he thought a letter was going to get Michelle and his lawyer off the hook. Oh, yes, Photo Stu loves Alyssa. Yeah, he thought he was going to leave that suicide letter and, Michelle and them would get the charges against them dropped. All three of those people involved in that case, Fotis, Michelle Turconis, Kent Malwini, they planned Jennifer Dulos' murder. They knew about it. They knew it was going to go down. I can't wait to hear the rest of the evidence that they have against Michelle and Kent. Oh, the source says about Barry's nephew. It says, I have a feeling someone told him not to talk, the relative said about Trevor Noel's recent silence. During the first week of the investigation, he told local media outlets that the police had recovered Suzanne Morphew's bike. And Suzanne's relative believes police do not want that information leaked. Something just occurred to me. Why do they have to have a GoFundMe page? They live in $1 million home. Someone said maybe it was for travel expense and stuff, but like these people have money. Why do they need a GoFundMe? It's a little suspicious. I live 10 minutes from Anderson, where they are from. I have some mutual friends of their family, and they're not saying much at all about anything. Yeah, her family says they don't have much information. Said they're just waiting around and worrying. And I reckon Barry's just pacing the floor, tore out of pieces, according to them. Yeah, that just occurred to me. Why do they have this GoFundMe when they live in $1 million home? If you live in $1 million home, you're doing good. You got money. You got money to pay for your mom's travel expense, because Barry's mom did travel here. I think she's still here, or here in Colorado. Yeah, and his mother's the beneficiary of the GoFundMe. They may be house poor. I know I know people like that live in a really nice home, but they spend all their money making the house payment. They really don't have any money. They said the other house hasn't sold, so how could you pay 2 mortgages for 2 years? Yeah. What was the GoFundMe for? Well, Annie, it said to help pay for let me scroll down here, the search efforts. That's exactly what it says. Okay. Okay. Early in the investigation, Trevor Noel identified himself as the family spokesperson, but he stopped responding to media inquiries. A Facebook page he launched to collect and share information for the search for Suzanne has not been updated in over a week. He also launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for a volunteer search effort. The crowdfunding campaign has raised over $30,000, and Barry Morphew's mother was listed as the beneficiary in recent days. Suzanne's relatives said they did not know Trevor and was not sure why Barry Morphew's mother was the recipient of the GoFundMe donations, though they did note that the fundraiser may be supplementing travel and housing costs for relatives who travel to central Colorado. So, maybe they don't have any money. Well, and they can't stay. It kind of does make a little bit of sense, but $30,000? Kind of money. It's like a lot of money. Anyways, I hope they get a break in the case. Somebody calls in a tip or they find some evidence and figure out where Suzanne is, what happened to Suzanne, her daughters. I can't imagine what they're thinking in their head. They're so young, teeny boppers. That'd be a lot on a young kid. And they seem like they was pretty close to their mom. Barry probably isn't able to work at all due to the scrutiny media. Yeah, I'll see. That's true too. That makes sense. But I mean, you would think with a $1 million home over that they would have a little money in their bank account to pay for a hotel room for a few weeks. You know what I mean? I really hope he's not involved for their daughter's sake. This is going to be hard enough on them if some stranger murdered their mom. It's going to be even worse if their daddy murdered their mama. That's what I think about. That's why I don't want him involved, of course. I think that makes it worse on the family. Okay, I was going to tell y'all something else before I get off here about those little kids missing from Tulsa. They did a little update, and I had missed this. But those little kids were seen walking down the street by themselves. Let me find the article here. What if she let them wander down the street and someone grabbed them? See, now I can't find that. What time does the interview happen with Melanie Gibbs today? I didn't know there was an interview with Lori Vallow's niece today. I need to find that out. Okay, right here it is. Seen walking down the street alone. Let me click it. Okay, it says Tulsa police released a new image of two toddlers walking down a street shot 2 hours after security footage showed the missing children with their mother at a convenience store on Friday morning. When was this article? The 25th. So this was yesterday. Okay. So they go to the store with their mom Friday morning, right? They're caught on surveillance footage. Then 2 hours after that, the two toddlers are shown on a video walking alone down a street. That is so crazy. Okay, so she's charged with their mother. What is their mother's name? Donisha, I think that's what her name is. One place I saw her last name is Williams. Now it's Willis. Jesus Christ. The little girl's name is Miracle Cook. She's 2 years old. Her little brother is Tony Crook, and he is 1 year old. Okay, let me screen share. Here's some kind of picture. Okay, here, this is the picture. You can barely see them. They're so little. But they're walking down the street alone. Because there must be like a few seconds delay in this. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about her niece, Alyssa. Thank you, Annie. I will check that out. So where were these kids going? Why were they walking down the street by themselves? And like I said earlier, when we talked about it earlier, police have had dive teams search ponds in areas close to the nearby apartment complex. What if she didn't do anything to them? What if she let them wander off down the street by themselves and some sex predator grabbed them? She told police she really didn't care what happened to them. Well, we care, lady. I'm going to keep following the story and I'll keep y'all updated about it. Let's see about this missing little boy before I get off here this morning. He's missing from Ohio, Annie says, and from a campground. Reminds me of Dior Coon's story. Y'all remember that? Never did find him. Okay, crews searched all evening for a missing 5-year-old at a campground in Adams County Monday night, and this is in Ohio. The Adams County Sheriff's Office said the boy went missing at the Mineral Spring Lake Resort in Peebles around 5 p.m. Monday. I saw on the news where they rescued some people in Tennessee at the Devil's Bath. Guess they fell in the water. Let's see what this says. I wonder if they have a picture of the little boy. If people don't want kids, why can't they just give them up? I don't know. Okay, so here's his picture. I'll screen share. Looks like it's having a hard time loading. Okay, there he is. Okay. Sometimes you click on this stuff and you try to screen share and then it doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to like scroll and stuff. Scrolled too far. Okay. I'll have to do a video on this, Annie. Thank you. Okay, it says the boy went missing at the Minerals Springs Lake Resort, Peoples, 5 p.m. Monday. The Loveland dive team, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and Ohio State Highway Patrol were brought in to look both on land and in the water for the boy. The resort area is about 300 to 400 acres. The boy's name is Cameron Walters. He was last seen wearing just black shorts and no shirt. He can't swim. Oh, bless him. The search was called off at 2 a.m. It will continue as day breaks Tuesday. The dive team will be back at 10 a.m. Bless his heart. I'd say he drowned. He is so cute. He reminds me of my son when he was little. Thank you, TC. Happy birthday to your mom, Annie. My granny's 80. 84 years old. That's a long time to be alive. Yeah, I hope she has a great day. She's 84 years young. So they will be looking now. Yeah. Yeah, so they're looking right now as we speak for this little boy. Let's see what time it is. Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here. I got to keep a close eye on my little dwarf goat. She's been getting out on me again. She got out on me yesterday. I was getting ready to go see. It's like every time I'm getting ready to go over there and see her, I'll walk outside or look out the window and I'll see that little goat's out. She comes looking for me. My dad passed away 8 years ago. They had been married for over 60 years. Oh, sorry to hear that. It's a long time to be married. Let me see what Alyssa said. FYI, I saw a world list of what the government is paying their citizens while not able to work. The U.S. got the lowest amount. The other countries are getting more than us every month. You know, my mom didn't get her stimulus check, and she should have. I don't know. She was supposed to fill out something or what, but she didn't. And she was eligible. I don't know what she did. She needs a friend. Yeah, Annabelle does. Well, I think too, she's been getting out because everything, all the bushes is blooming out and all that. And the field that she's in, she's got a pasture, you know, she can graze in, but she can't reach the leaves and stuff. So what I've been doing, I'll go break her off some oak leaves, oak leaf branch or something, put on the fence for her, try to keep her inside of the fence. I don't want nothing to happen to her. But anyways, y'all, thanks for chatting. I will see y'all in the morning. Hopefully we'll have some updates about the Morphew case. I hope they find out what happened to her. But anyway, oh yeah, before I go, I forgot yesterday I was going to talk about William McLeod, Angela's Boswell's ex-boyfriend, who was arrested, but I got sidetracked and forgot about it. But yeah, Evelyn Boswell's grandmother's ex, who was involved in the Amber Alert and the stolen BMW. He was arrested for assaulting the mother of his child. His 8-year-old son tried to intervene, stop William from attacking his mother. William hit that little boy in the face. So he was arrested for child abuse and domestic assault. Alyssa, didn't get mine yet. You've not got yours either? Well, maybe it'll be here soon, yours and my mom's. My mom's like, well, if it don't come, it don't come. And I was like, well, no. I mean, you was supposed to have got it. So I'm going to see if I can help her figure out what's going on with it. Anyways, love y'all. Have a great day. Thank you for chatting, and thank you to everyone that supports me. I really appreciate it. Anyways, love y'all. Be kind. Peace.